Hello, lovers. I'm Belle. This is Charlie, and today it's time for another book review. So today we are talking about E.L. James' first novel published in 2007, and it's called 50 Shades of Grey. And I don't know how much you know about this book, because the only thing I knew about this book in the beginning was that it was a lot of sex in it.
Talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things.
Okay. Well, that's enough. You can stop now, okay? Great. But the book isn't only about sex. It's actually a really good story in it too, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. So, the book is about a 21-year-old girl called Anastasia Steele. She's mostly called Anna. Anna is about to graduate from college, where she's been studying for 4 years with her best friend, Kate. Kate is studying to be a journalist. Both girls live together. And on this particular day, where the book begins, Kate is sick. So she talked Anna into do an interview for her, because she couldn't rebook it. It was really hard to get a hold of this guy, and yeah. So Anna drives into the bigger town. She goes to this big glass and steel house, and she meets this guy, and the guy, of course, is Christian Grey, the other main characters in this book. He's 27, successful, he's attractive and sexy, and of course he's a completely control freak and very, very dominant. Anna does this interview, which gets really awkward sometimes. It's just this big, awkward interview, and in the end she feels like, oh my god, I need to get out of here, like, right now, because it's really uncomfortable. Then she thinks she's never gonna see this guy again, but, well, that's not the thing. He actually keeps showing up everywhere. After a while, Christian actually asks Anna out for a date, and it gets clear that he has this big secret, and the big thing is, he's a masochist. He likes to dominate women, and he likes the combination of violence and sex. But either way, they decide to try out relationships, and that's mostly what the book is about. And I have actually quite a lot to say about this book. At first, I got really disappointed, since I told you I didn't know anything about the book except for the part there was gonna be a lot of sex in it, and that's not really why I read it. My sister said it was great. That's why I read it. And they're building up to reveal this big, great secret about, it's gonna be a vampire, or a werewolf, or a warlock. Says, I read a lot of fantasies, so that was what I was suspecting. And I was like, no, I'm a masochist. And I go like, okay, well, that's completely normal. Perhaps I have odd friends or something, but in my world, different kind of sexualities is actually quite normal. And I went like, so that's what the book is about. How interesting. Not. So the story is great. You go from ha 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 to and I got a bit annoyed about all the sex in the book. I don't have a problem with it. That's not the reason why I read the book, and I get annoyed with we have a problem and a disagreement. Let's resolve it with having sex. Well, that's so not interesting. If there's a little, that's okay, but this too much. As I said, the story is the thing that captured me and made me keep reading, because the story's great. And I've mentioned my sister here quite a few times, and that's because I borrowed the book from her. So that means that I also read it in Swedish. So I can't say really much about the language, since I read a translation of it, but at least the Swedish translation was really, really good, except for a few things, which is basically that there is some Swedish words that are really, really ugly, like the Swedish word for fuck. So, to sum this book up, I'm gonna say, if you want to read something that is really, really funny, like you're gonna bend over with laughter, but also is really sad, you should definitely read this book. It's really good. It captures you and it gets a hold of you, and you can't stop reading. You can't put the book away. So, yeah. give it a try. Next time, of course, I am going to talk about the other book, which is called 50 Shades of Darker, I think, or just 50 Shades Darker. Whatever. Second book is what we're talking about in the next book review. Goodbye. Mwah.